There's no place for insane guys like me in society. As for people heroes like to save, yeah, they're always the good, virtuous ones. Anyway, I finally accepted me for me and decided to make myself useful to the League of Villains. Because I want to be okay with me being me. That quote basically encompasses Twice's character. It shows that the only person Twice is fighting more than the heroes is himself. He's desperately trying to prove himself, trying to accept himself because of a slight chance that he might be a clone, a double. And that's a recurring motif in Twice's character, being a double, and you'll see that when I go through the analysis of Twice, and it's a brilliant way that Horikoshi has built Twice's character. What seems like a comedic character at first turns out to be one of the most tragic and sad characters in all of My Hero Academia. And in this video, we will be going through Twice's mind. I think first thing first, we need to understand Twice's backstory and what it means. So Twice one day was creating doubles, and they were just ordinary doubles until the doubles had a disagreement and they started lashing out at each other, eventually leading to violence, and each one of them started to kill each other. However, there was one left, and to this day Twice is haunted by the fact that that one person that survived might be a clone. It might not be the original Twice. And a message that Twice's backstory is trying to portray is that even trying with your best intention to turn your life around, you can fall out of society through no fault of your own, because hero society is conformist in nature. People are often bullied because they do not fit in with the right kind of quirk, or they don't have a quirk at all. And the fact that people sympathize with the Liberation Army is because the current hero society, rather than trying to be accommodating to the differences between people and protecting the minority, instead chooses to oppress the minority and let people who could have been helped become villains because it's just easier. And we see that with Twice. He could have been such an amazing addition to the hero society, but because he was a minority in his situation, the society decided not to help him, and he went over to the villain side. So why did Twice become a villain? Twice doesn't want to change society. He's not a Machiavellian schemer or he has a master plan. He just wants a family, a thing that he got when joining the League of Villains. That is why he is so fond of the League of Villains. That is why he is willing to do anything for the League of Villains. Twice would kill for the League of Villains. However, this might sound all rosy and very heroic in fact, but the fact is that he is a villain and he is willing to kill lots of people just for his small family. And that's the beauty of Twice's character. There is a double meaning for his love for the League of Villains, consequences that might lead a stray person the same path that Twice is going through right now, or on the same path as villainy. But obviously Twice wouldn't want that, but that's what Twice has to do to protect his family. Even Hawks said that Twice is a kind-hearted person, but that also makes him an easy target. Twice is a very easy person to gain the trust of, and we've seen Twice put his trust in other people 2 times, which is ironic. Again, the whole double motif. The first time was when he brought back Overhaul to Shigaraki, but it resulted in Magni getting killed. That's what it seems like at first. So from Twice's perspective, he's just brought a man in to the League of Villains. He put his trust in this man and he has harmed one of his family. That puts so much stress on Twice's mental psyche. He has trust issues basically, and he does the same thing again. He puts his trust in Hawks, allows him to join the Metal Liberation Army, and basically forms a great friendship with him, only to get betrayed and almost having their plans foiled by the heroes. Because he still keeps fucking up, he still believes in a very unhealthy way that he needs to pay everybody back in the League of Villains for accepting him by being useful to them, even though the League cares about Twice's feelings more than his use as a person. Twice still really sees himself as a way that Hawks does. The only worth Twice as a person brings is his usefulness and his quirk. And even then, Twice is not a very useful member of the League of Villains at first, because he wasn't utilizing his quirk to the maximum potential, because he was afraid of his quirk. He was afraid he would lash out and lose control and cause his family more pain than he already has. It's a real psychological prison that Twice has put himself into. Whatever action he decides to take, whether it's to help himself or help the League, it always gets foiled by other people. Most importantly, by himself and his incompetency. Or at least, that's what he believes. Which is a very nihilistic way of looking at the world. It really contrasts well with how Horikoshi introduced Twice as a character, with all the comedy and the contradictions and just the lightheartedness that he brought forth. And it was such a dark way that Twice went out. It was just a really nice contrast that Horikoshi built with Twice's character. I think that moving forward into the story, the repercussions of Twice's death will be felt in the upcoming chapters of My Hero Academia. Now I want to talk a little bit about Hawks, because he really aided in Twice's arc of gaining confidence and trust in people again. So I just want to talk about how his ideas of society mirrors Twice's idea of society, because it's really interesting when you think about it. These two characters, which were really close, have ideas that contradict each other and really brings forward the separation of heroes and villains. So like I said, Hawks and Twice's beliefs contradict each other on a very sociological level, that is. Both Hawks and Twice have different ideas on how society should be run. Hawks' idea is that you do things for the greater good, right? And we see Hawks do that. Hawks killed one of his closest friends. He had to kill for the lives of millions and millions of people all across Japan and even all across the world. Now, I'm sure Hawks is going to face many internal monologues on whether it was worth it that he killed Twice. I'm sure it's going to haunt him for the rest of his life, and in the end, Twice kind of had the last laugh. He's now resting without any troubles, like he doesn't have the paranoia that he might hurt his family. But Hawks is going to live knowing that he killed one of his closest mates that he made, and that he was a genuinely good person that just could not receive the help in time. And like I said, Twice's views very heavily contradict Hawks' views on society, and Twice and even the Metal Liberation Army, they have a similar idea that as individuals Basically, the individual's liberties should not be stepped all over for the process of the greater good. And that is the current system of hero society. In order to cultivate the most powerful heroes with the most powerful quirks, the people with the less fortunate quirks be left behind and potentially fall into villainy. The conflict between Hawks and Twice is a very deep-rooted one, an argument that is even relevant to this day in our society. The idea of collectivism and individualism, which one reigns supreme. And Horikoshi has done an amazing job of introducing these ideas and developing these ideas. However, this was only a tragedy of one man. There are countless other people in this world with similar quirks and similar situations like Twice. Was Hawk's judgment and his decision the right decision to make? That is something that will haunt Hawks forever. That will forever be Hawks' one bad day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I tried to make it a little different toned. You could probably tell by my voice. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay safe, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all of that. And yeah, peace.